It is really slow. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Very slow, which is why we set it this
Patrick and I were just talking about how slow our internet is here right now. So I hope it's going to be okay. If it if we are having issues, do you think it'd be easier for me to just YouTube ahead?
Yeah. I mean, the internet is atrocious.
Ooh. You guys have like a really icky picture, huh? Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if
Yeah,
you can hear me okay.
I can see and hear you.
Okay. So I am so go ahead. So I don't know what's going on because I know the picture looks totally horrible.
I mean, that may just be.
Or does it look okay for you guys? It looks pretty bad on my end.
It looks fine from my end. Can you hear me?
Then maybe we're okay.
Looks okay.
I can hear you great.
Okay.
All right, let's get started then. Patrick, can you hand me my stand for the it's the back right corner of my computer. Right. My iron is heating up. So get yours heated up too. Put you right here where I can see you. All right, we are going to prep for, oh, I got to make sure I'm not, I have January's block too, which is so cute. And I just want to make sure I don't show it to you by accident. I'm always nervous about that. So what we've done so far is we have done, this is the ornament block right here. And I love it. I love the silver. Yeah, it does look okay. I love the silver. And we're going to go ahead and prep for the month. So I did send you the cut list. I know some people had trouble finding it, but it should have been in the let me lower this down for a second. It should have been in the ornament block. In your ornament block, there was a folder that should have had it in there. And so what we're going to work by is going to be just this: materials needed. So that's the page we're going to work according to, and the fabric cutting diagram. So we're going to do that. I printed this out this morning. I went through and figured out the batting sizes, going just through this and going, okay, that one says background fabric. That one says filler fabric. And I tried to create the list. I don't know if this is totally accurate. So if I were you, I would hold off on cutting the batting and just cut the batting as we go. Because like I said, yikes. I hope I got this right. With filler blocks, you might want to cut these later. You might want to wait to cut these, okay? So I would wait on these. This is what I can tell you for sure because I do have the instructions. Your ornament block was, because you have to do 2 of those, were 2 6x6 pieces. And you could write this down if you want. And for January, you're going to have 2 6x8s. And you're going to have 3 2x2s. That's the only thing I could tell you for sure right now. Other than that, hold off. Just because I don't want you to go ahead and cut like 25 of these 3 by 2.5s and then go, that was wrong. Thanks, Jeannie. Now what do I do with these? So please hold off on cutting the batting and just start with these. January, and the ornament block. And the ornament block, if you have not done a mystery quilt with us yet, the ornament block is going to be part of the mystery quilt. So you do want to do those two. It doesn't just start with January. And that's kind of it. So cut your 2 6x8s. That's going to be how big the January designs are. And it's 2 blocks that we're going to repeat. And then 3 2x2s. Oh, are you distracted? Because my beautiful nails? I was gifted a mani-pedi with Violet, and we went and got them done. And I have not had my nails done since it's probably been like 10 years. Is that awful? So you're probably like, is that Jeannie? Who's that person? They have nice nails. It's me. I keep looking at them because I'm like, that looks so nice. I might have to start getting my nails done. And they did my toenails, and like literally she had to like jackhammer them. I was like embarrassed. I anyhow. So so what we have here, the current spreadsheet, this is I think going to be right, and this right here, and that's all that I want you to go according to right now. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by pressing our fabric and stabilizing it with Best Press. So hopefully you have, hang on, let me get my filming arm ready, and I hope you won't get too much shoulder in this. My iron's heated and ready to go. I'm going to keep this out. So as far as fabric, I have, there's a couple of you that are still waiting. We are waiting for a couple more fabrics, and then I think I'm getting them this week. So your kit will probably ship out maybe the end of this week. I think I'll have the fabrics when I go to the store tomorrow. So end of the week, I should be able to get those last couple of kits, unless you ordered and it said you wouldn't get your kit until January, then expect it in January, but we should have everything pretty quickly. Some of my pieces are like the last pieces that we had in the store that I was trying to get you your kits, and then I took like whatever fabrics were left over. So I'm just going to start grabbing my fabrics to press, except some of these. Some of these I just grabbed, like my piece is little, but you're going to have a big piece. So the snowflake is going to be a fat quarter, but I just grabbed mine to make sure mine would fit the 8.5. Am I 8.5? Yeah, that's going to fit. So I'm using this for mine. So I know mine's a wide, long quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. And you should have a fat quarter though. And then this one is what I'm using for my, so I'm going to use this. I'm just grabbing some of my fabrics just to make sure I'm good. I'm going to just use this. These are the bigger pieces. Oh, I do have a fat quarter of that. But can I get away with this? 8.5? Nope. Okay, so I'm going to use that. And here's my bow fabric. This was like all we had left. And you know what? They're saying, oh, you won't get any more bow fabric until February. So I actually bought for those last people. I was like, oh, I can't deal with that. So I just bought your stuff from a different store that had it in stock because we went through 2 bolts of that. All right. I am going to hold off on doing my border fabric because I'm going to keep it all in one piece. So what I'm pulling out right now is I'm going to pull out, and I'm not going to press it right now. I'm pulling out this fabric, 3/8 yard of this green awning. So I'm going to pull this out. I'm not going to press that right now. I'm going to pull out this, the ornament toss, because I don't know if we're going to keep that all in one piece or what we're going to do with it. I'm going to pull out this, the floral doodle. And I'm just looking right here on the borders and binding pieces. And I'm going to press everything else. All right. But this stuff I'm pulling out. Because we'll figure out how we're going to do that later. All right. Here we go. I'm just going to put this to the side. Everything else I'm going to prep. And just don't worry. Some of my pieces are going to be some of my pieces are going to be different than yours just because, like I said, I don't know how you guys grew up, but I grew up in my house. My mom always gave she gave the kids and my dad the best pieces, and then my mom took whatever was left. And so that's what I did with your kits. I'm your mom. So I gave you all the pieces, and then I'm just going to use whatever's left over. So these are fat eights. So I'll just like press some of these too. I like to press from the back side. So I'm going to lay them out and I'm going to press from the back side until it's dry. Thanks, Mom. It's funny because we grew up like I grew up where my dad did get the big piece of chicken. So if there was a big piece of chicken, my dad was the king in the house. So he got that. Poor Patrick. I give the kids the best piece. Patrick gets the best piece. And it looks really good. Sometimes I'll take the next best. No, no, I try to give Patrick the best piece too. We share. All right, I'm going to put this on my table. And let's just lay them out. Let's go ahead. You guys are going to love this because if you haven't prepped with me before, everything's going to be done. You're just going to grab your bag of stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but I find I find it a chore, like borders. I find borders a chore. But if I do it with you guys, then I don't mind. But if I do it by myself, then I don't want to do it. But if I do it with you, then I'm like, oh, we're just hanging out, chatting, talking. It's kind of like cooking, like last night. Okay, make sure if you have directional fabric or something like that, that you're be gentle with your fabric because it's going to stretch and move. So any of the fabrics that are like striped, the perforated, and I want you to press it until it's dry. If you get a cut that has like kind of a icky edge, Lori broke her wrist and she's been cutting with one hand. So everything's going to work. But if you have one, just be understanding. I've been doing a lot of the cutting too. Violet's been doing cutting. Guess what? We're almost ready. I actually put it up as a draft, but I'll put it up tomorrow. I'll put it up this week. Home sewn. So our kits are cut, almost cut. Okay, halfway cut. They're halfway cut for home sewn, but we're going to put up the pre-order. I'll work on getting those done over Christmas break. But we'll have home sewn ready to go. So if you've been waiting for that, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show it off to you later. So we'll be able to semi-group. I'm trying to think if we'll be ready to do like what we'll be ready for. Okay, so pressing it and stabilizing it with your best press, it's just going to make your pieces, it's a starch, right? And it'll make your pieces more accurate when you cut and more accurate when you sew. And I find that when I press, there's a little bit of shrinkage too. So gonna Oh, this is a fabric we've been waiting for. We just got it in for those that maybe are waiting for that kit. Spray bottles. There are so many different spray bottles. Honestly, this Mrs. Bobbins one, These are my favorite, and they've lasted the longest, and they don't make them anymore. I checked. I don't know why, but they don't make them. And they're cute. They say like cute stuff on them. How are you guys? Anyone have any questions? Miss Susan, why are you prepping with us? You don't want to prep with us right now? Trudy, are you prepping with us? You working on something else?
I've got some done, working on other stuff, got family coming, so I'm just in and
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, and you have all of Christmas. And I don't know about you guys, but the weather here is so icky. It's like overcast. It's hot. Reno's one of the sunniest cities in the country. So it's when it's been icky for a while, which it is right now, but we're hoping for snow. And it looks like we are finally getting some. It's pretty dire up in Tahoe. So we're about 45 minutes from. I think they closed for the weekend. Okay, this is a fabric I want you to be gentle with. That one you don't want to twist and move too much. Miss Cindy, you prepping? You look like you're working on something. I wonder if you guys have orders for those of you that are doing home sewn, if you want me to hold those and send them with home sewn. I'll mention it in the live feed tomorrow and we'll see what you guys want.
Yeah, that sounds good for me.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, and I was trying to get this done because I'm getting ready to leave and I wanted to be ahead. And I think I messed up on one of the little blocks where it said I cut them 5.5 and I think they're supposed to be 6 or 6.5.
Is it just a background piece? What is it?
Mm,
If it's background, I wouldn't worry about it because they give you like a good inch all the way around. Or, I mean, I could throw a little piece of fabric in your next order if you remind me. So just let me know what you need.
it was F21.
Is that for this, what we're doing right now?
Uh-huh.
F21, F21.
It's a dark gray with little dots.
Oh, that's background. Don't worry about it. Well, oh, you know what?
Hmm.
F21. So when you guys see the instructions now and they have this, let's talk about that because that's kind of good to know. When they have the instructions and they have block by block size, they're giving you a little bit of extra fabric. And most of the time, I think it's just for the filler blocks. So they just give you a little more room. So they recommend 5x5. Did you cut it 4.5x4.5?
Mhm.
That's fine. That's the size they used to give it to you. Just do it on your muslin, and when you trim it, just make sure you trim it to the right size. And if the fabric's not quite far enough over, it's still going to work. But if it's totally stressing you out, then just send me a note. Maybe if you are ordering home sewn, send me a little note, Cindy, and I'll pop a piece in there for you. Okay? So don't stress out about it.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I
I
am
wouldn't worry.
ordering. I think I already ordered it.
Home sewn's not up. I'm talking about the fabric kits.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am.
Hey,
And you
Jeannie.
can wait. Yes, you guys can't do anything with your home sewn fabric kits anyways. So if you want me to just ship them with your February orders, if you're getting home sewn, then I can just do that too. Like it's not like you're gonna just be staring at it going, I wish I could start it now, but I can't because I have no instructions until February. What a tease. Was somebody gonna ask something?
Yeah. I messed up. I did all this ahead of time, but I messed up on F2, the
Is this
white.
Lori?
Yeah,
What did you have on F2?
F2, the background block, the 10.5 by 8.5.
Yeah.
Do you know if you have more of that fabric in? It's the white with like
And
the snowflakes in the background.
that's one of the fabrics we've been waiting for.
Okay.
But I think I'll have it. Actually, so you know how I'm working from these scrappy scraps? I might be able to squeeze out one scrap for you. Do you want
Okay.
me? Just remind me.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
And then when do we need that? We don't need that until when? Is it right away?
We don't need it until August.
Oh, girl, don't worry. Oh, wait, there's some in. Oh, yeah. So the August one, the 8.5
Yeah.
by. Yeah, I will have it. I have like 2 or 3 bolts on order.
Oh, good.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so I'll have it.
All right. Thanks.
That's one of the ones I've been waiting for where I've been like stressing out, where I wake up in a cold sweat going, oh no, I don't have 8240 WW snowflakes. This is that's the stuff that keeps me up at night and makes my blood pressure high. My dogs were up at like 7. I can't remember what time they were. I know that doesn't sound late for some of you, but Patrick and I stayed up late last night and we were watching TV with so we didn't go to bed until like, I don't know, after midnight. Ah, they were going crazy. And you know what was driving them crazy? All the neighbors were just taking out their trash. It's trash day. So they were alerting us to the dangers. Oh, hang on. Let me let Penny in. They're like, danger, danger. Okay, we're just pressing. Pressing. And if you want to just prep as we go, you can do that too. You don't have to do this. I just find it so much easier to just go ahead and get it all out of the way. I don't think we did this with wallflower. I think we just did it as I don't think I had you guys prep in the very beginning. I think we just kind of started and did it as each month came about. Okay, this is a fat quarter. Don't forget, some of my fat quarters are going to be long and skinny quarters. Not yours, just mine. Just mine. Oh, Violet's been cutting home sewn, and she's so she's precise. We call it the hole at the store in the back. We have a cut table set up back there, and I've been like, Violet, get in the hole. Sometimes I send Lori in the hole too. Okay, this one, don't be gentle with this one because you don't want to like stretch and pull all your diagonals. And like I said, I would press from the back. I don't know about you guys. Every once in a while, I get something icky on my iron. I finished stitching out Sweetheart Street last night. And at one point, I kept my clover iron on my blue thread too long and it melted it. And then I dragged it across some of the white. It wasn't too bad. But I'm hoping to finish that today. I have to do the piece border. Got a lot to work on. And then I was looking at the calendar with Patrick and I was like, oh, we have all this time. This might be you know what? I might not cut this because I think this is my border piece. And I don't think I brought home another piece of the red. So you might not see me cut that today. So I'm going to take this and put it aside in that bag. And I was supposed to have another fat quarter, but I didn't bring that home. So that's one fabric I might not be cutting. And I don't want to cut this because this looks like like my border or something. So you're going to have to do that one on your own. What is this? That is, oh, a fat eighth. Okay, I think I have a long piece here. And yeah, this looks like I got more than I should have. I'm just going to iron one side of it. Because guess what? We're sold out of this too. I did have somebody call me and somehow they got 3 of the white snowflake and then they didn't get the other fat quarters. So if there's anything wrong with your kit, just reach out. We will take care of it. I'm going to cut this in half. Hang on. You should see what I was. So last night, press that just a little more. I was putting together my, I'm doing 2 versions of this. And I probably have spent like 2 hours picking out the other fabric. And so that's why I love fabric kits, because I can't make a decision. I miss Lila. I cannot make a decision to save my life. And I'm one of those people that goes, oh, it kind of goes. Like, I'm not great at deciding. So I was picking out fabrics. I'll show you what I'm working on. So what do we need for this? Do I need all? Yeah, we're probably going to need all of this. You should have a fat quarter of this. This is the gray with the pin dot, the light gray with the pin dot. And again, we have this now, but I just grabbed this from the scrap bin. I was like, oh, I'm going to use that. That'll work for me. And with background, whenever it says it's the background, I don't worry about it totally being perfect, because the background pieces, when we lay those down, there's usually about half an inch, or I'm sorry, an inch all the way around of extra fabric. And I've been really thankful. I like Kimberbell's measurements. I mean, they can be a little bit wasteful, but they're not horrible. And sometimes I've needed that extra room. Maybe the applique pieces are a little bit big. Okay, you have a fat quarter. Mine's a long quarter. Because like I said, I just pulled it from my scrap bin. This is also a long quarter for me from my scrap bin. Here's the snowflakes, Laura. I think I could find you a piece if you're desperate to do it now, but we'll have lots in. You know, it's that time of year, so snowflakes are in everything.
Yeah, I'm in no rush for it.
All right. It's in Enchanted. It's in Let It Snow. So next week, shoot, I'll try and do a am I right? No, I'm ironing the wrong side. I'll try and do a prep video this weekend sometime, or this week, probably at the end of the week, because we're only open tomorrow. Although I'm going to be working, but I'm going to do a prep video for Let It Snow, and then I'm stitching it out all day on next Monday. Next Monday, I'm going to just be stitching. So whether or not I could get you a kit on time, I don't know, but we'll be stitching that. And then I've been dreaming about my Tamarack jacket. Oh, I got to call them. They literally told me my stuff was in the queue to ship on December 3rd. If you've been waiting for your Tamarack jacket kit, and then nothing. And I sent her something last week and didn't hear from her. And I'm going to call them today and see what's up with that. All right. Almost done. that other fabric, the red plaid, is coveted too because I have 4 more bolts on order that were ordered back in, I don't know, maybe October. And they should be back in stock in January, is what it says.
Is Homestone the tiling scenes?
Yeah, is that Curtis?
Yes.
What's up, Curtis? Here, I'm going to show you
Yay.
guys. So, I got my homestone stuff. Wait, let me find my. So, this is homestone. Oh, wait, there's also a stand. So, if you're interested in homestone, look, this is homestone. So it's going to be the tiling scenes. It's going to be coming out. You won't get the designs until February. So if you want me to hold your fabric kits until then, we're cutting 96. And we'll cut more. I mean, we've cut so many of the mini quilts and everything else, but we're starting out with 96 kits. So you might want to just reserve it so you'll have it. And then this one is April. I'm pretty sure this one's April, May, and June. So they're going to put 3 out at a time. So we're going to have 3 kits out, and you can buy a set of 3, or we're going to put them out individually because some of them have more fabrics than others. So the pricing is going to be different. I just want to make sure I did the pricing right. So I put it up, made it active last night, and then I was like, wait a minute. What if I did it wrong? I'm tired. So I wanted to check it. This is the embellishment kit, and you get 1 embellishment kit for the whole year. And what's really in here that you want are these little, I just got this. Are they cute? You want the quilts. And if you love them, I would get 2 because then they just continue it. And that's like the thing that makes it so special. But it's going to have like the twine and the little paper clips. But this is what you want because each one of them, look at, they're like enchanted love notes, hello sunshine. So this is going to be the important stuff that you're going to be putting in there. Because each one of them, see how they have like a little quilt hanging?
Yeah, I wanted the embellishment kit above all.
Yeah.
Just to get the mini quilts, the mini quilts.
Yes, just to get the little mini quilt. Oh my God. So anyways, yeah, like I said, I will put the fabric kits. I mean, we'll probably be able to, but like we'll be able to get. I always worry about the fabric, like that red plaid. We're sold, and we switched out. That was supposed to be the background for all of the mistletoe quilts. Is that red plaid? And when they sold out, that's when I started kitting it with the just quilty little Christmas, and you guys could pick. And a lot of people picked other fabric. So I think this stand, because they sent me this display stand, I think this is for the mini quilts too, because they sent it all together. So I assume this is it, and doesn't mean you can't hang it on the wall or do what you want with it. And I think you can actually sew it all together. I think it's meant for that as well. So that's mini quilts. Just so you know, don't worry, we will get everyone a kit. Yeah. Okay. Hope that answered your question. Did I already do this one? I did. I did this too. Okay. We're going to start cutting. So now that you're done with that, I'm going to take you over here to my cut area, which was really neat and clean just like 2 seconds ago. And then I made a mess of it. I'm switching my camera. All right, because I wanted to show you this. This is the other one that I'm doing. Hang on. There we go. This is the other one that I'm doing. So this is the Moda, I think is it called something chair, holiday chair? Yep, there's my unfinished wallflower, but I was going to do the back last night and then I got tired. And then I went through all of my fat quarters to pick out fabrics that I could use for everything else, because that's really what you needed. And I just couldn't decide. I was like, this kind of goes and this kind of goes and this. But I'm going to do two versions. This is the one that I'm going to be doing with Scan and Cut. I got to do my ornament, but I'm going to be, these are like my background fabrics. I'm going to be using some Kimberbell and just some other stuff. So I just wanted to kind of show you this and why you want to get a kit, because then you don't have to make a decision. But this is going to be beautiful. But seriously, I love, I'm going to just put this away, get this out of the way. I love doing other fabrics, but with me having so little time because I work so much, like I just love the kits. But when I go online and I go onto like the Kimberbell Facebook groups and then I see all of the things that people have done with other fabrics, I'm like, oh, I love that. So this should be fun. So if you aren't doing I feel like this I'm going to cut as I go for sure, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use where. I will be making those decisions as I go. So let's get this out of the way. I just wanted to show that off to you. And now we are going to get cutting. So I'm moving my computer so I can see you guys too. All right. I have my handy dandy little table set up over here. And I have it covered with all my rulers. So these are the fabrics that we just cut. So I'm going to move those. Oh, you know what I forgot is my rotating mat. So I'm going to go grab that. And let's just set up right here. So I would have an array of different rulers, a rotating mat, and a good cutting area. Here's the embellishment kit. I haven't been cutting like all the little embellishments, the specialty fabric. I cut those as I go. So if you want to pre-cut them, you can pre-cut them. But I find that you just need like a little corner and then you'll have a big piece left over. So do as you see fit. And let's get started. So I'm going to grab my gray. And I know that's hard to see because of the reflection, but let me grab, or actually, I'm just going to grab whatever comes up first, and we'll just do that. I have red. Oh, there's a piece of painter's tape on that. And here are our cuts right here. Oh, and we could just use the diagram. So looks like a 3x7, 5x5, 4x4, 4x4, and 3x3.5. And I think I'm going to be using a lot of stripology. Again, my piece might be different than yours. I like this because I can clean off one end, clean off the other end without having to flip my fabric around and my ruler around. And red, there we go. And I need, this is 9 inches. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut this for my 7. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go to 3 inches. So that's my 3-inch piece, and then I'll just cut that down. And I have a couple different stripology rulers. I have the extra large, the large, and then the mini. And then there's a mini that has, shoot, sorry, I had my numbers going the wrong way. That has the 1/4 inch that I still haven't brought home yet, and I'm going to bring that home. Whoops. I was on the 1/2 inch and not this better be 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay, to 7. Use the lines on your ruler, and then I can use this later. I'll put this in the back or something. So here's my 3x7, and let's just keep cutting. So a 5x5 and a 5x4. I might do the 2 4s. This edge is already cleaned off. I'm just going to go 4 inches. And then I'm going to cut my 2/8. So here's my 4, and then here's my 8. And those are my 2 4x4s. Okay? Have a little trash bin. Throw your scraps. I need a 5x5 and a 3x. So I'm going to just cut a 5-inch strip. 5, yes. I'll cut this one down. And clean off the edge over here. And then we'll go 5. And then I need a 3x3.5. So here's my 5x5. I love my little rulers too. I have all different sizes. This one just happens to be a 3.5, and so I'll go 3.5x3. I used to just treat myself to like a new ruler. Like every time I did an order every month, I get like a new ruler. I don't do that anymore because I find that I'm pretty stocked up and I like what I have. I did just get, okay, so this is 3.5. I'm just checking. I did just get, you know how we had that sale on the 20.5 by 6 and 20.5 squared and the 16.5 squared. I did just grab those because they were such a good deal. So, okay, done with that. Let's go on to the next fabric. And obviously there's so many ways you can cut. So just take this time to just go ahead and sit with me and cut. And we're going to have this all done. All right. These have to be, do your biggest cuts first, usually because you want to make sure you have enough fabric. And this has a whole bunch of 6.5s. I wonder if I had another piece that was skinnier. 6.5. How big is this? Oh, this is exactly 6. And I need 6.5. But if those are background pieces, then I don't care if it's 6 inches. 6.5. Oh, that's July's background. Guess what? I'm going to be right back. I'm going to press this and use this. 6 by 6.5 is plenty. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is a job for big stripology. Okay, these are backgrounds, so I'm not worried about losing 1/2 inch. And this is just something that was in our scrap bin, and I want to use it up. Otherwise, it just sits there. So I'm going to clean off one edge, and then I'll cut everything down. And I'm going to go 6.5. 6.5, 13, 19.5, right? 13, 19.5. All right, there are my 3 pieces. What do we have now? Now I need, oh, this piece is really good because now this is like 3 inches. Let's just use this up. Is this all 6 inches? 18 to 24. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to press this even more. All right. So what is this? Now we need these two pieces here, and that's 3 by 13 and 3 by 7. 3 by 13. I'm going to clean up that edge over here. Oop. I don't know if you can see it, but my fabric is kind of twisted down, so I want it on this flatter edge. That looks better. Oh my God. So Kai's got a barrel cactus that his dad got him on one of their trips to Las Vegas. And he's got a name. His name is Barry. Anyways, Barry has been suffering a little bit, has a little bit of root rot. And so I'm listening to them right now because Kai is talking about how he needs to care for Barry. Okay, 0 to 13. And every time Kai comes home, he brings Barry, and Barry's like, he just bought him a new light. All right, this isn't big enough for me to do my 3 by 13. So let me just get a different ruler. That isn't either. I love this ruler. This is my 8.5 by 18.5, and it's just kind of perfect. So we're going to go 3 by 13, and let me see how exact we have to be. 3 by 13. That's a filler block. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. So 3 by 13. And the other one has to be cut down to 7. So here's my 3 by 13. Whoop. Three by 7.
Poppy Momo, come on. Poppy Momo, come on.
Where are you going with them?
Just gonna arrive when I go get the
Oops.
updated.
Oopsies.
And I need this.
Yeah, you need to get out. 3 by 8. That's okay. Better that you had more than enough than not enough. And then I'll use this for, well, maybe we need that too.
This so long A1 style.
Patrick, this is so long A1 style, but we like that. We're fine with that, right? He's so loud. All right, what else do we need? Can I use this last piece? There's my 3 by 7. Can I use this? So I did these 3. I did these, and now I need, oh yeah. Oh, I'll be mad if that would have been another, no, because we would have needed 14. Oh, 3 by 5 though. So I need a 3 by 5, and then we need the 3 by 7. So let's see what we can figure out. We need a little ruler. Yes, we got 3 by 5 perfectly. So there's my 3 by 5. And now let's get our, now we need all of these cuts. So this is pressed and ready to go. And what do I have here? I have 8 inches. So let's get our 3 by 7s, and then we'll cut down our 3 by 5s. How about, I'm going to do some thinking and do some math in my head. How do I love the Stripology ruler? Let me count the ways. So this is mine's 8 inches. Remember, mine's from the scrap bin. So I need 2 3 by 7s, and then I need 3 by 5s. So it's not going to be quite big enough. Oh, and look at this thing over here. I have a piece over here. So I'm going to cut my 3 by 7. So here's a 3 and a 3. People are like, which Stripology should I get first? I don't know. Like, do you do a lot of big cuts? Do you do a lot of small cuts? Okay, here are my 3x7s. And then now I need, those are my 3x7s. I need 4 3x5s. Is this 10 inches? It is. Okay. And these are filler blocks. So again, they don't have to be perfect. Here is 6 inches. So I'm just going to cut it right down the middle. And they're not quite big enough, but that's okay. Now I'm going to cut them down into my, hang on. I'm going to separate these just a little bit so I can see, so I can get that squared up. I'm going to put that on a line. There we go. Okay, and I need 5s. There's my 10 inches. Scoot it over just a little bit. So I'm going to go 5 and 10. And here are my 3x5s, which aren't quite 3x5s. They're a little bit short, but I'm not worried about that because these are filler blocks. Okay. They give you an extra 1/2 inch now. So I am done with this. Now I need 2 by 4.5 inches. I don't think this is quite 9 inches. What are those 2 by 4.5? I want those. So I am going to go 2 by 4.5. So let's just go. Thinking of how to cut this. 2, so let's go 9. I'm going to go 9. That edge is cleaned. I'm going to clean up this edge. Two, 4. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And then I'll just cut this in half. This should be 9. Is it exactly 9? It is exactly 9. 4.5. Okay, they're my 2 by 4.5s. And I think that's it. So I do use my Stripology quite a bit. I just like it because I can just lay it down and clean up one edge, and my rotating mat if your cuts are small enough. I want you to go ahead and cut it any way you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut the rest of these. So I'm done with my gray, and then I can use these later on. And it's nice to have a little extra fabric. You never know when you're going to make a mistake, right? Okay. Here's my red. And the red one is, welcome, Cheryl. 3.5 by 5s. So let's go 3.5 by 5. So I'm going to cut 5s and then I'll cut them down to my 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and clean off this edge, cut to 5, and then we'll cut 2 3.5s. Three and a half and 7. Throw this away. You can throw this away. You can keep it. It's a cute piece to go into your back if you want. And lime. Looks like we have 2 6.5s, 5 by 5, and 3 by 3.5. Let's get my 6.5. This is going to be bigger than, yes. So we'll go this way. 6.5, 6.5. Should I do that first? Okay. This ruler here is 6.5 inches, 6.5 by 12.5. So I actually need 13, but I'm going to cut my 6.5s first. Oh, and I do have a 6.5 inch ruler. That's like one of my favorites. I don't know why I'm not just using that. So if you do not have a rotating mat, treat yourself to one that it would be in my top. It'd be in my top 10 things of tools to have. Where's my 6.5 inch ruler? Here we go. I use my 6.5 a lot. My 6.5, my 4.5. I don't use my 5. Well, actually, I brought home a 5.5 and then I wasn't using it. I just didn't see any time where I needed it. So okay. 2 6.5s. Now I need a 5x5. Let me check that again. 5x5. And then a 3x3.5. So last night we cooked, we put on Christmas music, and then the four of us cooked, and it was so much fun. And then we just talked about how lucky we were, and it was really nice evening with the kids. Because I only have Violet for it's the 22nd today. I only have her for 3 more days because then she goes to Seattle. 8.5 by 6.5, two of those. So this is 8.5 by 6.5. Where's the by 6.5? Okay, I'm gonna go 6.5. Uh-oh, I'm off my fabric. Oh well. Make sure you start at the 0. 8.5. There's one. Ooh, missed a thread. Okay, there's my 8.5. What is wrong with me? I'm not pushing down all the way. Okay, there are my two 8.5 by 6.5s out of the cat. I think it's cashmere's the color. Now we need this one. So we have two 6 by 5.5. And I'm just looking here at my cut chart. We're doing this one right now. I'm just grabbing the fabric as I pull it off that stack. And so I need 5.5 by 6. So let's go. That was 5.5. Okay. So we're going to go 5.5 by 12 inches and 5.5. And then we'll trim down those sides. Make them nice and straight. And this is kind of directional. Let me go ahead and I'm going to line up. That was 5.5, 6 by 5.5. And you might look at this and go, oh, I would never cut it like that. Oh shoot, did I just mess that up? 6 inches by 5.5. I don't know why that should be right. 6 by 5.5. I think I must have measured this wrong. Oh no, that was right. I want you to just do whatever makes sense for your brain. And we'll just keep you company while you're cutting. That's all we're doing today. Okay, here's my two 6 by 5.5. And we'll put this to the side. And then we're just taking all our extra fabric and just putting it to the side. Okay, next. Yeah, I put Violet in the hole. I was like, Violet, 96, get cutting. And then we started cutting last week, and she's gonna come in tomorrow. So she'll probably we're done with 1.5 of our home sewn. 3.5 by 4.5. 4.5, 3.5. Why don't we go 3.5? So that's 6, 10.5. Okay, 10.5 by, I'm just adding up my numbers right here. And just going, all right, so I need 3, 3, 6, 10.5. And then we'll cut down to the 3.5s. 10.5 by 3.5. And then we'll use the other side. And I think we needed 4.5, 3, and 3. So let's do our 3 and 3. 3, 3, and that should just be 4.5. All right, now we need a bunch of 2-inch cuts. 2 by 6.5. And then there's a 4-inch, a 4 by 2.5. Let's do our 4 by 2.5. That is way more than 4. Oh well, we'll just do it. Gonna clean off this edge. Oh, that was an oopsies. I should have done 2.5 here, but that's okay. That's a 4, and then we need a 2.5. Is that 4 inches? Yes. Now we need a 2.5. This is my 4 by 2.5, and then I need 2 by 3.5. So, nope, that's just 3. I'm just gonna save that for later. And we'll cut these down. So this is going to be 3.5 and 3. Is this 5.5? Oh yeah, it's 5.5. Perfect. So I'm going to cut 2 and 2. 2 inches. Let me look at my measurements one more time. 2, 4. And then I'm going to cut this down to, oh, sorry, that was supposed to be 6.5. Oh, well, it's okay. I'll cut this to 3.5. So those will be my 2 by 3.5. And I'll just use these in something else. And then this last one, let's see if I can get 2 by 3.5. Oh, yeah. So this one will be 2 by 3.5. Sorry, sometimes I just get cutting and I have miscuts. 2 by 3.5. That's okay. That's why I'm glad that they give you a little bit of extra sometimes. And then I'll get my last 2 by 3.5 out of this. All right. I think I got, oh, I'm missing a 3 by 3. You need one 3 by 3. All right. Next. What's in my pile? Here we go. I love this fabric. Little candy canes. Looks like we need a long 3-inch strip. And we'll cut that down. Which way should we go? I'm going to do 3 by, that's 10.5, and that'll be, we're going to go 3 by 10.5. Is that right? Doing my math. 7 plus 3.5 is 10.5. Okay. Okay. And one piece is going to be 7 inches, and then it'll be 3.5. There's those two. And then we need another piece. It's going to be 5 plus 7 is 12 inches. I probably should have done that one first. I wonder what we have over here. Not quite. But maybe I'll just take this 3. And then we have a 5 and a 3.5. Am I doing this right? We've got a 5 and a 3.5. 5, 8.5. An extra and garbage. And I need one more piece that is going to be 3 by 3.5. Then we're done. You guys all ready for Christmas? Shopping's all done. Gifts are all made. I miss making presents. Like I used to always make Christmas presents. And now I'm so busy, I don't do it anymore. So, all right, next fabric. What's in your queue? I have pink perforated.
No, I'm not done making Christmas gifts yet. I'll
What,
probably I'll probably be
what are
some
you making?
gift.
What's in the queue this year, Curtis?
My nephews asked for stuffies of Santa, Rudolph, elves, and what's the
Did
other one?
you have you seen those? Are you doing machine embroidery or what are you doing?
Yeah, machine embroidery.
Are you doing the ones that I can't remember the name of the company?
Planet
Um,
applique.
what? No, not Planet Applique. There was a different one. Hang on, I gotta grab it. But if you have Planet Applique, and it's adorable,
Hmm.
and it's adorbs, then just go with that. But I also had. Oh my God, where is it? They're so cute. I don't know. I'd have to look for them. But I love Planet Applique too. When my kids were little, I did a ton of Planet Applique.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you start them yet?
Nope.
That's okay. Those are the best gifts, right? The
Because
ones
I
that
got
you're like,
Yeah, because I got commissioned to do bags for my friend's dance company,
yeah,
and so I last minute got lots of supply teaching done.
yep.
So I'm behind on my production of the bags.
Oh man. So are you doing them for like it's just like their did you say a dance company?
Yeah.
So
So
you're
the
just
so the parents ordered like customized bags.
oh man.
So
Well, I guess Santa's gonna be really tired on Christmas Day.
yeah.
You're gonna be like, I was up until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing this row right here. What else are people working on? So I'm cutting across here. I did my 3 inches. Now I'm going 3.5, 3, 2, 2. 3.5, 6.5, and then 8.5, and then 10.5. 8.5. Uh-oh. I've got a little bit of salvage in this one, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm just going to be mindful of that. So, and if I can cut a different piece, I'll cut a different piece if I have room.
Jeannie, I
What's like,
just
yeah.
finished my borders for the wallflower mystery quilt because I made 3 of them.
Oh my God. Are you
Uh,
like, I never
so
want to see that again?
yes, I still have mine to do, and I'm like, oh, I'll just do it in the spring.
Yeah. Or else you're just like, oh, this looks great without a border.
Yes. Well, that's even this one, the mistletoe, I'm gonna make 2 of them this time, not 3. But the hard part is December is when there's all the work. You have your December block and then all the borders and the backing and binding.
Yikes. Okay, I'm going to try it December 1st. I'll have it up. We'll
Yeah.
do it. I
We might get
know.
it the following Christmas.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, keep in mind this is directional, so you can't flip flop. So you've got to cut it in this direction. So I'm just going to lay this down again. I'm going to do my next cut, which is 3.5 by 3. I'm just going to do my little ruler. Actually, this is the side that's cut. And I think there's room. So hopefully, I'm going to go 3.5 across by 3. Oh, I'm a little not squared. What else are you guys working on? Who else? What do you got going? Do you know Violet doesn't sew? But I was thinking, Teresa, one of my friends had sent me a picture of, okay, 3 across and then 2.5. these little, I think if I found her something she was motivated to do, because she's been like sitting up there crocheting up a storm, and she's been, she makes jewelry, but I can't get her to sew. 2.5 by 4 by 2.5. Let me go this direction. 2.5 by 4. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna have room. I'm gonna recut that piece that had a little bit of selvage in there. So let me just check one more time. 2.5 by 4. Okay. So you have plenty. So if you had a little selvage, don't worry about it. Um, they were little makeup, and they were super cute, little makeup bags. And I could see, like, if I find the right project for that girl, then she will sew. Okay, 3. Listen to me scheming here. Like, my scheming is like so exciting. It's all about how can I get Violet to sew. It's so pathetic, right? 1, 2, 3. I'm going backwards on my ruler, so could I just pick an easier way? 3 across and 2 up and down. There, that's better. And I'm going to throw away that other piece, or I'll use it. What's like the best gift you guys are making that you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. You should make those. I've done bowl cozies, I've done wine bags, I've done, because I like to bring something to my neighbors and then to my girlfriends. Because for me, a handmade gift is for somebody you really love and care about. All right, plaid, 10.5 by 8.5. I'm gonna use my square ruler. Not that one. That one's too big. And I'm gonna fold over my fabric and cut at one time. So do I have 10.5 this way? I got it. I got it. 10.5 by 8.5. Where's the ruler of my dreams that I'm looking for? Here it is. Because I love this ruler because it's 8.5 wide.
Okay, now that my hands are free, I can tell you what I've been doing.
Okay.
My family is split. They're half ducks, half beavers. So I did pillowcases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
How was that? Did you like doing that?
oh, I've been doing the burrito pillowcases forever. During COVID,
Yes.
I was doing like 50 of them a week for Dornbecker Hospital in Portland. But so two boys are beavers, two boys are ducks. So I did 4 of each and that. And then I saw somebody on um YouTube and they did the around the neck with the towel hanging down on either side. And that
You
have you
know, I gotta tell you, like these are all things that I go, I would never do this. I would never make them. And then I make them and I love them. Like I was like, I would never make a pillowcase. I use my pillowcases that I make and I love them. I bet I would love those neck towels.
Oh, those neck towels came out really cute.
Yeah.
I had some Christmas camper towels that were kind of like red work,
Yep.
lying like that. And I had to do some finagling to get the design on my Christmas camper material to hang straight down on both sides, not go around. And
Yep.
but really, it only took maybe 15 minutes.
And wait, this is for the neck towels?
Yeah.
I would totally use it. I need to make neck towels. What pattern are you using?
Um, I just followed the directions of what somebody else said, and it was like 9 inches by width of the fabric for the part around the neck, and the other part was to cut the towels in half.
Was
And
it so easy?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
2 different ways to fold them in and that, but just so that they fit inside of it, you just make a tube of the material, fold the ends in, stuff the
Whoop.
towel up in the top, and make a couple of couple of different stitches across.
I should do that. And then if you picked super cute fabric, then it's like, what a gift. I should make those. Because I made bowl cozies for my neighbors and they all talk about how they use them and they love them. And so I should make neck towels. Okay, I need to go 10.
Very,
Because I would totally use that.
very simple and very fast.
Then you don't have to walk around looking for your towel. And if you pick like fantastic fabric, the fabric just makes it, right? Okay, I'm going to do that. That's going to be next year when I start sewing again for me. All right, 5 by 5. So I did my little cut. Now I'm going to do, oh, I thought this was my little ruler, but this will do. 5 by 5. Okay, that look, now you got me thinking because I was like, oh, maybe I could whip up some neck towels. I bet my mother-in-law would actually like that. Okay, done with that fabric. Then I'll cut a little bit of batting. Oh, we've got to put stuff on SF 101. We'll do the background pieces. We'll go on SF 101 or whatever fusible woven that you like. 5 by 5. I want to make those. I really wanted to make some pot holders this year because there's so many really cute patterns. And usually every Christmas I'll buy like a fat quarter bundle and I'll just use up every last bit of it. And I'll just do, whatever I'm in the mood to make. Okay, these are 5 inches, right? 5 by 5. 5 and 5. Done Christmas ones. Oh, I missed that. We love to stitch. So that's We Love to Stitch has like a really great pattern. Oh, wait. So Cindy is showing. Oh, those are the neck towels.
Yeah.
So what's on the very bottom? Is it like terry cloth or what? Like waffle? Like what'd you use?
They were just cheap towels. I think they were dollar store towels.
God, I want to do those.
And then I
Maybe we
this material
maybe
that when I bought it, I didn't realize it was Christmas, but it's
yeah.
campers and Christmas. So it goes with the campers on it. So
What if next year we did like a day where we just do one of each of those? Like we can pull together.
that's
Um,
here's my
what
pillowcase.
is that? What is that one?
This
Pillowcase?
Yep, pillowcases.
So we have a customer in Reno and I can't remember what grade she teaches, but she makes all the kids a pillowcase. And then, she embroiders their name on it and like whatever they're into. And I think that's like so sweet. Okay, 3 inches and 6 inches. Take that off. Hi, baby. What is that? Why do we have those? Do they fit? Throw them in the trash can. Garbage. Did you say no to mommy? Kai has a pair of old shoes that don't even fit. And I was like, throw them in the trash can. He said, no. What are you going to do with those, Kai? Okay, 3.5, 7, and then 10.5. Here we go. If anyone wants stripology, we have some of them in the store, but just send me a note and I'll do them at 25% off. And so if you want any stripology, so or creative grids, stock up. So I love, this one is my 6.5 by 12.5. Love it. My 8.5 by 18.5. What size is that stripology that you're using right now? So there's actually 4 different ones. This one is the regular, like, squared ruler. I think this is the original. And then the big one, this is the XL, the extra large, or maybe this is the original one. I don't know. And then they have this one, which is like if you do a lot of smalls, and look at 1/4 inches. And then this is the squared mini. Oh my God, you guys are going to think I'm so stupid. I did not know this one had these markings on the side. I've always used it. Everyone's been like, oh, I wish I had the 1/4 inches. So anyways, this is the squared mini. And then they have one that's a true 1/4 inch. So it's going to have 1/4 inch cuts. So if anyone wants creative grids, I'm not going to have them till after Christmas, but I'll do your creative grids at 25% off. Just send me a note with what you want. Because you got to have them. I just feel like they're so important. All right, this is the polka dot. So we're going to do 3 7-inch. I'm just trying to do my math to see what makes most sense. Okay, we'll go this way. So 3 by 10.5 inches. And then I love my 12.5 inch. Where is it? Where's my 12.5 inch by 24.5 inch? I could not live without that ruler. Oh, here, it's right here. Because this is going to give you, you can cut a true third of a yard. You could do a 9-inch like fat quarters, but 12.5 inches is just so nice. We use this one at the store I use this one all the time. It's just a great size. So this is 12.5 inch by 24.5 inch. Couldn't live without that. And then you guys there's like all sorts of quilting that you guys do that I don't do right now. But they have like a flying geese ruler, and they have the a 60-degree triangle. I do love this one too. I use this one a lot. This is my 4.5 inch by 18.5 inches. And my 4.5 by 4.5. These are the ones I grabbed and pulled aside. I love this one too. My 4.5 by 8.5. But there came a point where I was like, okay, I don't need anymore. I love this one. This is my 8.5 by 18.5. And then I have a 3.5 by 6.5. So treat yourself, get something. I'll get them for you at 25% off. They have MAP pricing, so I can't advertise that, but this is like a private closed class. So if you want any of them, just email me. 3 by 10.5 is what I need. It's my 10. And I like these because they have whole numbers in white, and then they have the halves in black. They have the like anti-slip, that like kind of polished part, or not polished, but roughed up. But I feel that they're pretty grippy, but I can still nudge it if I need to, because I do have some of the Quilter Select, which I like those, but they're almost too grippy for me, so I prefer these. But if you feel like you slide a lot, then maybe Quilter Select will be better for you because they're gummier on the back. Okay, sorry. What did I need? 10.5 by 3. I know this is like my 10th attempt at cutting because I can't stop talking. Okay, set that one down. We needed a, what was that? A 7 and a 3.5. That, got that. And now we need a 5x5. I'll just use this. Okay, there's my 5x5, and then I need a 4x4s. So this is a good time to use my stripology again. I'll just cut it from this end. 4 inches. Four and 8. All right. Just keep cutting. Poke it out. 2 8.5 by 8.5s. That's you know what? I should get an 8.5 by 8.5 inch ruler. I don't have one. I think that's a size I would use quite a bit. I'm just going to fold these over. I'm going to cut from this end. 8.5. 8.5. Make sure you're counting from the right end. I don't know about you, but I've counted from the wrong end before. I'll do 3 cuts. That child, I can't believe he doesn't want to throw away those dirty old shoes. They don't even fit him. So I really truly believe my hoarding is genetic. And obviously I passed it on to Kai. All right, 8.5 by 8.5. Done with those. Now I have this nice pretty piece that can go in my scraps. Bows. We've got 8.5, 4, 8.5s. I don't know if this will be big enough. Let's make sure. 0. Oh, okay. I took home a scrap, which was 16 inches. But I think these are going to be background pieces. That's all I had left at the store because we are out of bows. We had enough for the kits that we're going to be sending out, and I ordered some more. But those are both background pieces, so I'm not going to worry about it being not big enough one direction. Because like I said, you're going to have extra. So you should have plenty in yours. You should have a 18 by 22 inch piece, but mine is not plenty. But I just checked it, and it'll be good for you to know which pieces you can kind of skimp on, and background pieces, you can kind of skimp on those. So I think it was 8.5, right? Oh, it was 8.5. I'm just going to cut this one in half. Let me do the next one. Guess I don't need this. Use this. I think this is 16 inches, so I'm going to cut them 8 inches across. Let me measure twice, cut once. Oh, it's 16, it's 15 and a 3/4. So 15 and 3/4. So a little less than 8 inches is what I'm going to cut this to. There's 16, 16. I don't often use like the marks on my mat. I cut to my rulers more often. So if they're smaller cuts, cut to your ruler. If they're bigger cuts, cut to your mat. But I want this right in the center. There we go. Okay, that'll work for us. Wait, is my pile done? Oh, what about snowflakes? Did we do snowflakes? And remember, I'm not cutting my red plaid because I didn't bring home a piece. I tried to go through it before. Yeah, I haven't cut my snowflake yet. So let me cut my snowflake. I do have a piece right here. And snowflake is, you need an 8.5 by 10.5 and then some 3s. I really wanted to do, there was that new pot holder pattern I really wanted to do. And literally, we just got, they sold out of the pattern and we just got them in this week. I think Becky had done them on her Power Tools with thread. And it's like, we're going to do that. Sold out of the pattern like early on and then just got it in. Okay. So that's my 10.5. Let's see. We have 8.5 here. Suzanne did some samples in the store. Oh, this barely fits. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm not quite to my 8.5, but this is, I think, a background piece. So I'm going to just leave that. We're good with that. And then we need our long skinnies. So it looks like 3-inch strips. Let me add it all up. So we need a 11. And then if we do, that's going to be 11 and 3.5 is going to be 14.5. And then if we do this, this will be 5 plus 7 is 12. Okay, so we'll do 14.5 and 12. 3 by 14.5 and 3 by 12. Let's just do 2. Where's this ruler? Sometimes you need something longer than your 12-inch. So this one's going to be both 3-inch strips. 3 inches and 3 inches. Yes. So we need 6 inches. And I'll just go 6 by 14. 14. There we go. And we'll just go 3 and 3. And then we'll cut it down. Did you throw those away? But don't pretend like you don't hear me. Kai? He's ignoring me. The child is ignoring me. Okay. I've got to do an 11 and a 3.5. 11 No, no, no. Throw it in there. 11 and 3.5. In my house, if it doesn't, okay, what did I do here? Why is my measurement off? There's 11. This is not big enough. That's okay. We'll just cut more. So, what was I gonna say? In my house, if it doesn't survive the dryer, I don't want it. I don't want any. I don't want to hang dry anything. Is that like awful? Okay, we're gonna do 5 and 8.5 and a half, 9, 12. And I obviously did the math in my head wrong. Here's my 5. Here's 2 3.5s, and then I have my 11, and I'm missing 1 3.5. 3.5 by 3. You're fine, Kai. What are you apologizing for? Where did I put my big old pile? Yeah. So I'm going to cut one more piece that is, use that. That's 3 by 3.5. I just love having the right ruler for the right job, right? There we go. All right. I think that's it. I think that's all I have here. Let's go ahead. We're going to grab everything. And remember, I was not able to prep this fabric because I have that piece. Oh, you know what? It says 1.5 yards, so I can do it. That's for the back, and I'm not, you know me, I don't use that for the back. So I am going to, give me just a second. I'm going to press and cut that one. So that one I can use. And I'm going to put away most of my rulers. So I'm going to go ahead and press this a little bit. Be right back. Okay, you can watch me do it. I'm going to be over there across the room. Oh my God, you see all my dirty secrets. I try to aim my camera so, it hides, like, so you can't see how bad the mess really is. But it doesn't always work out that way, right? And then you guys always end up seeing my dirty secrets. Here we go. So I made like this end. Oh, look how neat it is. And then you see this end. Okay. I hope that didn't give you anxiety. I'm like, I'll just throw it and pile it all over there in the corner. Okay. Be gentle with this. It's plaid. You don't want to stretch it, make it look icky. And then there's like stuff on the floor. I dropped my homestone. Let me move that. Oh, so, and then they also sent out, Kimberbell sent out, there's another bench pillow. And quite honestly, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I just don't know it, but I know some of you will do it. So then I'm like, okay, I got to do it because you guys are going to want to do it. And yeah, it's really cute. It's not coming out until the summer and it's their fall pillow. But I was like, I don't know if I have the bandwidth. I mean, like, I haven't even finished Enchanted. I have it all done except I don't have the backing and the binding on.
Is the new bench pillow like a straight or like another type of design, Gene?
I think we can show it to you because they sent us all this stuff. I'm always, you know what I'm scared of? I'm always scared that I'm like, am I not supposed to show this yet? It's I don't know if it's necessarily a street. It's just kind of fall scenes. It might be a street. I'm gonna show it to you, right? Okay, hang on. Let me pull it up on my computer. Let me pull it up. You're like, this is great. She's so unorganized. She doesn't know and can't keep track. So we get to see it. All right, let's see. I sent it to Graydon this morning because I was like, Graydon, put this up. Kimberbell. I'm going to my Kimberbell. Search. I swear my headstone will say Death by Kimberbell. They're going to be like, I heard she just died while she was in the middle of her project. Okay. It doesn't say confidential. It just says, what does this say? Autumn Acres, coming in June. I'm not showing you because I'm reading it one more time to make sure I can show it off. We'll share a cut list. Please use the attached artwork for the Autumn Acres bench pillow and the embellishment kit until we can provide photos of the completed project. Yeah, so I can share this, right? Okay. General release. Oh, look, general release is June 17th. That's my kid's birthday. Is this a street? I guess it's a street. It's cute, right? So this is what we have right now. Okay, I can do it because it's not until June, right? I will be okay.
Jeannie, that looks like a bench pillow.
Yeah, it's a
Isn't it?
bit. Did I say something else? It's a bench pillow. Yes, it's a bench pillow. Bench pillow. Let me go ahead and put this to the side. I'm going to clean up a little bit, and then we're going to cut that one last fabric, and then we'll be ready to group. Okay, your piece isn't going to look like this. You're going to have a different size piece, but mine is like this because I was just, remember, you guys get the best. Mommy gets the worst. Mommy gets whatever's left over. It's not the worst. It's just, whatever cuts we have left that I pull out of this scrap bin. All right, let's cut it up. We need a 10.5 by 10.5. I did grab my 12.5 by 12.5 inch ruler. Is that Gigi up there? Sounds like Gigi's upstairs. Oh, hang on. I got to plug in. My battery's died. It's cute. I'm looking at it right now going, oh, wait until we see the real life version and it has like all the embellishments and the specialty fabrics. And because have we had a fall bench pillow? Do you guys remember the fall bench pillow? I'm thinking no. Okay, 10.5 by 10.5.
There's only the pie one there, the sweet Thanksgiving pie one.
Which one? What was it?
Sweet pie or something.
Oh, sweetest pie. You're right. You're right. We had sweetest pie, and that was kind of like Thanksgiving, right? Was that kind of Thanksgiving, or I guess it counts as fall? Yeah, we haven't had like a all right, it's time. I think it's pretty impressive the way Miss Kim comes up with her stuff. I was talking to my rep and I was like, I think it's like pretty impressive the homestone because I feel like that looks just like Kimberbell, but it still looks kind of fresh, like we haven't done something like that before. So I'm excited about that. I wonder if she sits and like doodles. I wonder like what's the process? Like, do you just put it in and I was watching yesterday when I was stitching out Sweetheart Street and I was watching I was sitting there like you would think I'm like new to embroidery because sometimes I sit and I still just watch the machine stitch out and I'm like enamored with it. And so I was watching going, like, how does it figure out which way to stitch? Is there like AI that figures out the least amount of stitching to stitch stuff out? I was watching this. Sorry, that's Momo. I was watching it stitch the lettering, and as it was like stitching it out and it would skip part of it and come back to it, I was like, how does that work? Like, does the program figure that out? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if there's anyone that digitizes. And do you just go, okay, what's like the least amount of stitching that you can get to get that design? So I just think it's super impressive. All right, I need my 5x3s. Momo, no barking. So how does she take it from like her brain to the end product? I think that's so impressive. Okay, 5 inches. So let's go. What do I have here? Mine is. Okay, I'm going to use my regular ruler for this. 5x3s. So I need 10 inches. Here we go. 5x3s. Was I supposed to show you that? I think it's fine. I'm going to send a note to my rep. Be like, I showed my people in Digital Dealer. Was that okay? Now I'm worried. I think that was okay. 5x3. I'm not not a rule breaker. 4.5 by 3.5. Like Patrick is totally we went out for dinner the other night and I'm like, this is not a parking spot. He like just parked on like the end next to somebody in a legitimate parking spot. And he's like, sure, it is totally fine. And it was fine. Like the car was there, nothing happened. So, and that's totally like me and Kai. I'm not sure. I think Violet's a rule follower. And like I won't do that. I like drive around and like look for like a legitimate spot. 3.5 by 3. 3.5 by 3. Oop, wait, there's my 3.5 by 3. And 3 by 2.5. Three by 2.5. All right, that should be everything. We had plenty of fabric. Why did you need so much? I'm going to cut this off. I'll just put this in my scraps. I'll fold this up. All right, ready? We're going to go back to ironing. We're coming back over here, and now we're going to put SF 101 on the back of all my pieces. Move this out of the way so you're not confused. So you're not like, wait, what's going on? Are we doing, why is Sweetheart Street out? Let me see if I can get some more lady light over here too. All right. Uh-oh, I'm worried I mixed up my pieces. We're going to pull out whatever is background and we're going to iron it on to our fusible woven. So let's go through. Hey,
Hi.
I'm just gonna just put everything in its piles, and we'll do that. We'll need that later too. Let's just pull whatever says background on it. So we need July. I don't put SF101 on my filler blocks. So that's up to you if you want to do that. I usually just stitch them without that. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to go through here and I'm going to look for anything that says background. And those are the pieces I'm going to pull out. That's what I'm going to put SF101. Oh, you know what? I feel like they had us put SF101 on all the applique pieces too. So I'm thinking. We might be. I'm like, should we just SF101 everything? No, I'm not going to do that. But it might turn into that, huh? What do you guys think? Because we don't know exactly what is going to be if we SF101 everything. So filler, June, block 1, piece 5. I don't know what those are. Block, filler. I can't decide. Because you know what I don't like to put SF101 on? I don't like putting it on pieced blocks because I feel like it's so bulky. So guess what? I'm going to just SF101 the background pieces. And then I might have to do you might have a little bit of prep with the other pieces. But for right now, I'm just going to go background. And, probably like these, even if these were applique pieces, you don't even need to SF101 because those are dark. It's really the light ones. So I'm going background only. That's my final answer. And then we will probably have to add some later on. So here we go. July 6.5 by 6.5. She should have 3 of these. Where did I put them? There we go. 2, 3. So we're going to do those. Snowflake. Background, August, the 10.5 by 8.5. And that is the snowflake. It's going to be this one. I feel like you're going to need it on all of them, but we're unsure. So let's just do the backgrounds. And then we need the plaid 10.5 by 10.5. The brown plaid, 2 of the 8.5 by 10.5. And background. The lime, 2 6.5 by 6.5. Six and a half by 6.5. The white with light green dot, 2 of the 8.5 by 8.5. Oh, I should heat up my heat press too, because that's where I really like to put it on. Hang on, I'm going to heat up my heat press. Now you get to see my dirty floor too. And my heat press, I like to do at Still Learning. I like to do SF101 320 at 20 degrees, and you can do whatever temperature you want for yours. Okay, heating up. What are we on? So this we've already done. We didn't have this one right here because I used it for the ornament blocks. So that was already done. Although I didn't prep these fabrics. I gotta look for them. So Pippa and that we used already. The Pippa, I think I'm gonna need some more of that. That's somewhere in my room. Sorry. Okay. Royal icing, we don't need that. Background, we need this. This is background, 2 of these. And that's going to be it. And I just have a feeling we're going to be prepping a lot more of this stuff. Let's see. Oh, I forgot this one. The bows. We should have 4 of these. The bows. That's it for right now. What about this snowflake? What about this piece? Like these. Oh, these are filler blocks. Like, should I do these? Because I don't like this on the batting. I'm going to do the rest as we go, but you can do whatever you want. If you want to, SF 101, like the light pieces, like what are these? Filler blocks. So these are filler blocks as well. Okay, they're light fabric. I'm sorry. I know you're going to hate this because I'm changing my mind. Because these are light fabric filler blocks, I'm going to do these. So there's 6 of these. I'm going to do this, SF 101, on the white with red dot. That's a stripe. For the snowflake, I'm going to do these. So this is the filler blocks, 3.5 by 3. So I should have, where's my ruler? So these are 3.5 by 3s. 1, 2, this is the snowflake. Maze filler block 2 is also 3.5 by 3. I'm going to cut this off. And then what about these? A 2.5 by 4.5. That's a filler block as well. And October, the 2.5 by 10.5. Oh, and we got to look at this measurement. So this is the 3 by 5, and then this is the 3 by 11. Okay, we're going to do all of those. I'm looking at the light colors. These, and if you don't like, if you're like, I'm just going to do all my filler blocks, I totally get it. These are filler block 3.5 by 3. I'm going to do these two. Where's 3.5 by 3? 3.5 by 3. June, filler block 3 by 5. That looks like 3 by 5. And 5 by 3. 5 by 3. And I got that. I got that. I'm looking at the light ones. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Like, what is this? Is this an applique? This is 3 by 2.5. This is June. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Those are light pieces. I'm not going to do these. I'm not doing these. What is this stuff? Cash. Oh, I missed that. Those are 2 background pieces. These are light. I'm going to do those. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I had that issue before too. So I don't know where you get it. Does anyone go to California? Don't worry about it. No, I wanted more than 5. I wanted 5 for each person. 5 times 5, 25. All right. If you feel like you want to do all of these, go ahead and do all of them. This is what I'm going to do, which are all the background pieces and anything that's kind of light. And then I will just have to do the rest later on if I need it. I'm going to get my SF-101. Sorry, I was indecisive about that. I just wasn't sure what I was going to do. Here is my SF-101. I'm going to lay this out. Put this back where I can see you. I'm so sorry if anyone was asking questions. I didn't have my computer in front of me, so I don't know what you guys were asking. If you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and ask now. I'm going to adhere these down a little bit, but then I'm going to depend on my my heat press to do the final job for me. So for me, a roll of SF-101 is like imperative. I could not survive without it because I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where stores are closed or it's late at night and you're out of SF-101. And I save everything. I'll layer stuff if it's on dark fabric too. I won't layer on light fabric because you can see the shadow of it coming through. And just make sure you don't have threads. Even a light thread on the back of light fabric will shadow through. And just lay it down best you can. And I'm okay with this hanging over like 1/2 inch and this hanging over 1/2 inch on this side. And I'll just fill in all those gaps over there. Here we go. And I like to leave maybe like a 1/16 of an inch in between, and that's where I cut. And you'll be fine ironing over that. It won't get on your iron, but don't leave more than that. If you are, then use a pressing cloth or a Teflon sheet or something. Have another big one? I guess I don't. Okay, I'll lay this one down then. Oop, I want this up more. Okay, we'll just start with this for right now. Let me press this down and then we'll continue on. Do I have a better piece than that though? Let's see. That one might be better. And I don't even want it to be pressed down really well because I will turn it to the back side and I'll flip it over and just check one more time to make sure there's like no loose threads. So right now it's just kind of a pretend press. So I can just cut it apart. When I got to use up all those spots over here, right? What can fit over here? The littles. Yeah, that fits good enough. Hope I'm not putting you to sleep. Hope you're prepping or working on something. That's good. Good enough. I've got a little spot over here where there's nothing on top of it, and I don't want to get that glue on my my iron, so I'm gonna just put this down and press that. Okay. I'm gonna roll it up and then we'll do more. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna put you guys behind me, so I'm not gonna be able to see you. And let's move this. So we'll have more room. I need something little for here. I need like an itty bitty. A little wider. Ooh, filler blocks. I don't want to have, if they're filler blocks, I don't want to have like the icky selvage on it. So I'm just going to turn them. I want them to have the nice part. Even though we'll trim some of that off. How are you guys? Hope you're okay. If you have any questions, let me know. Maybe my iron's saying, hey, come use me. Some of the threads that hang over on the sides, you can cut those off too. You big. Whoop. Okay, ready to press this section now. So just fit it the best you can. I have a couple open spots like right here and right here. So I'm going to put my Teflon sheet down when I get those. I'll just put it right down right now before I forget. Hey, buddy, watch out. That's hot. Hot, hot, 320 degrees.
Oh, she's speaking.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, my God. Hang on. Let's get the dogs out. Oh, it's going to be the very top.
This way. You can stick it.
Take her. Just leave her in the car.
Oh, I'm going to.
Okay. Poppy is in love with Kai. And so wherever he goes, she wants to go.
No, Poppy, stay.
She's his favorite.
No, no, no. Stay, stay.
Yesterday, last night, usually when Patrick and I go to bed, the dogs go to bed with us. But I was like, where's Poppy? And there was a heap of blankets in his room because he had a friend that was over for a little while. And she was just on that heap. And it was just so cute. She's like, I want to be with the love of my life, Kai Mulligan. And there he goes, leaving her. She's heartbroken. Oh, look at poor Poppy. Where's Poppy? You see her? There she is, looking for the love of her life as he just walked out the door without her. All gone. All gone. Sorry, baby. You're going to have to pick a different human. All right, we're almost done. Let me roll this up. And like I said, I am going to give it one more good press. And now she'll settle for us.
What?
Well, I think Daddy's her second favorite human. What's under here? Something icky. That one didn't get stuck. Where's the other one? That's missing. There was one up there, wasn't there? I think there was. I gotta find it.
Hey, Jeannie,
Yes.
you're not in trouble showing that bench pillow
Are
because
they showing it off?
girlfriends is showing it right now.
Okay, good to know. All
So
right.
you're cool.
I'm like a big chicken. Big chicken. Mulligan's a big chicken. Well, because they sent one out and it was like confidential. And then it's like, if you show this, and so I was like, oh, is it still confidential? So good to know. Because I was like, uh-oh, maybe because these videos are our Zoom is like private for us, but then I do post it. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna have to wait to post it. Somebody's here. Danger, warning, the dogs are saying. I have to go down lower. Filler blocks. Let me move this here. Sorry, I know you can hear Momo probably. He's outside. Okay, we'll put up the pre-order. But don't be in a hurry. It's totally fine. You guys don't have to rush. How it works is every time there's a new, well, how it works for us is every time there's a new one, I just put in a pre-order for like 40 and then I just add as we go. But as long as I like get everything ordered within like a month or two, then we usually get all our allocations. But this, where am I going to put this one? This is a filler block. I don't want that. The ick on the bottom. No, I don't want that. Is this a little smaller? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. It is if we turn it this way. Almost saying stranger danger. How are you guys? Everyone good? All right. Where should I put this one? I'm going to find something else. I'm just going to kind of leave that little spot. I'm going to leave that. And I have extra pieces I can put this on. I'm going to go ahead and press this down now. I'm going to use my Teflon pressing sheet because I have some open spots here. What do you guys think? Do you love it? The Thanksgiving one? It's pretty cute. Every single time I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it. I have too much to do. And then I do it. I'm like, that was like the cutest thing in the entire world. Are you guys turning yours all into, how many of you are turning yours into wall hangings? Because I don't even have a bench at my house. I was like, maybe I should just start doing the wall hangings. Okay. Oh, look at this. Has a big wrinkle in it.
I think after the first bench pillow that I made, I've just made them what I call flatties. And I have a china hutch and they fit right across the top of the china hutch.
So do you do them like bench pillows, but you just don't put the pillow in it?
Um,
Or do you change them?
Not anymore. Um, Unless I want to put lights in them. If I
Yeah.
want to put lights in them, I'll do like the envelope backing style. But
Yeah.
other than that, the last ones that I've made, I've just made a solid back for them
Yep.
and did that.
But
And
do you keep the shape of the bench pillow or do you modify it?
no, I do the same pattern and everything
Okay.
and finish it off that way. Like right now, one's setting up on the Christmas one is setting up on my mantle going across. And the nativity one is on the piano and it's kind of like that around the room and stuff. So, but I'm packing up and getting ready to go tomorrow, and I'm trying to think of projects I can take with me to use
Yep.
the little machine that's in my trailer.
Yeah.
And that, but I keep throwing more and more stuff in. I won't even use half of it, but I'll have a choice.
Yes. The worst is like when you go and you're like, oh, I have that color thread at home. Then you have to go and buy it again. Okay. I'm going to put this into my heat press just the way it is, and then I'm going to kind of cut it apart. And I'm going to fix a couple of these spots because I have a couple spots where they're not like this spot right here. And then I think I'm going to, I'll put a Teflon sheet on my heat press. So this, trying to think of which direction I'm going to put it down. I just don't want the icky parts, or not the icky parts, but the parts that don't have stuff on them. I don't want that to stick. So I think I'll put this, I'm going to cut away some of this. And then I'm going to cut it apart. Okay. All right. Here we go. Heat press. That heat press. Let's see. Let me go. I'm trying to think of how to film this so you guys can see it better. Yes, I've made a big mess. Here we're gonna go. That's embarrassing. Don't hate me because my room is like awful. So this is a Cricut heat press. I love it because I don't know, feels fancy. I love my other one because I my HCB romp because it had a 15-inch by 15-inch area, which I really, really loved. And I'm looking for my other pressing sheet because I have a bigger one. I have a big one that I want to use. Did I do that right? Is it off? I think it turned off. I think it turned off. Hang on. There we go. Let's turn it back on again. And I think it's ready now. Let me see. Oh, it's at 200 degrees. So it did. Are you guys even seeing this? Hang on. Whoops. Sorry. Here we go. So, oh, here's my other. I love this because I love the way it lifts up. And this was actually a gift from Miss Penny. And you know what she said to me? She said to me that, did she say like heat presses are kind of like rulers, like you're going to have different heat presses for different jobs. So, and that made a lot of sense to me. But if you're only going to get one heat press, I mean, it's really up to you. There's just so many options out there. So I'm just heating back up again. Sorry, guys. So just give me a minute. While it does that, why don't I just go ahead and we can clean up a little bit. So I'm going to clean while this is going on. Just throwing stuff down. So you can just enjoy that heating up. There's my hollow shimmer thread. Don't know how that got over there. And at some point, I will have a different table for this. I'm trying to steal one from the store, but we use it for our display, so I haven't quite given it up yet. We're going to group next. Sorry, I know it's boring. I love this little rolling cart, and I got it on Amazon. And what I love about it is I can leave the heat press on it and just snug it underneath my Martelli table, which is nice. And I need stuff like that. I was doing some heat and bond. I'll just put away my rulers for now. I just find that I'm not as good as at pressing it all down with my iron as the heat press is. When I do the heat press, everything is nice and even. Okay, we're ready. So let me go ahead and cover this up and just push down on the handle. And then it counts down, it has this little display here, and it counts down. And once it hits 0, then it's going to pop up, and I'm just going to go ahead and advance and move it down, and we'll just get it all adhered. And I'm just going to clean while we do that. And I like that this lifts all the way. That's something I really, really like. I wonder if I should go this way. I should go this way. And go along this way because it's 15 inches across this way and 12 inches. And then push the handle down and I'll go all the way across and then I'll come back the other way. This is home sewn. I print out all my instructions and then I'm going to bind it. I was using my wire binder. And then I did get a comb binder. And the thing I like about the comb binder is I can open it back up again, add things and take things away, which I couldn't do with my wire one. I'm going to go ahead. But 20 seconds goes by really fast when you're doing other things in the sewing room too. And honestly, I'm not sure how far I went. I have to pay attention to that better. So this is the rest of my fabric. I'm going to take all the other little pieces and I'm going to put it here in the back. So I'll have all of that all together. Because you know, at some point I'm going to need some of those pieces. I'm going to be like, oh my God, I miscut. Okay, and then I'll swing it around. We're going to do the other side. I'm going to leave my heat bun out. I'm going to do some, I want to do my other ornament. All right, now let's go ahead. We'll swing this around. We're going to go the other way. And I'm going to do this one this way just to get that very end piece. And I just can't press it as well as this will. I feel like when I do it, it's not as even nice. So I'll have little pockets where it's not adhered well. I'm going to get 2 more pieces for the, those 2 pieces I didn't adhere down. And you can do all sorts of stuff while you're doing. I don't know if you can see this, but it is so perfect. It looks so good. And I just find it so much easier than having to do all the pressing myself because I usually go from one side and then I turn it around and I do the other side. So I don't know. To me, this is the way to go. I'd be happy having the heat press just to put my SF 101 on. I know that sounds crazy. Okay, I keep my extra scraps in here, so I'm going to get my a piece that I can do these last 2 pieces that didn't get anything on there. This one looks pretty perfect for this. I have to find something else for this one. I did get a pair of gloves. I bought some gloves to use with this. I got 2 pieces left. Just cutting the SF-101 for them. And that is done. Now I'm going to cut these apart. Cut this apart. Just have these 2 last pieces. Okay, and while that's adhering, I'm going to take this over here. We're going to cut these apart. And then we're going to group. And then we're going to be done. And that's it. I'll go ahead and turn that off. Hang on a sec. Let me come over here. We're going to cut this all apart. I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to let this cool off first. I'm going to push this over to the side and let it cool. All right. You guys ready for the final push? So these, we're going to cut all of these apart. Cut one ruler out. How you guys doing? Checking in on you. And now I'm just going to cut all of these apart. And they look so good. That SF-101 is adhered on so well. Okay, you're just going to cut them all apart. It saves you from having to like measure your SF-101 perfectly, so you don't have to, I guess it would be, measuring every single side and then adhering it. I think this is faster. I could be wrong. Child was calling. Hey, Pat. Oh, I was going to tell Patrick to call Kai. I said Kai, dude. So Kai's got a white elephant on it's actually tonight. Forgot all about that. So he's got a white elephant party tonight. And so I was like, get like a gift card to, the kids. I shouldn't say just the kids because I love canes too. Oh, did you see that? I cut right into my block. Yeah. Okay, make sure you use your ruler. It is not the ruler's fault. That was me. Anyways, I was like, go out and get some scratch cards and a gift card to Cane's. They don't sell scratch cards in Nevada. Like, I just remember going to, like, literally, I remember going to church and then we had to filling up with gas and stopping at the gas station and buying scratch cards. And my parents would give us each one. And that was like so much fun. We never won anything. My family should not gamble. It's just throwing money down the drain. But Sage was telling me how her daughter Scarlett, her dad gets them scratch cards every year, and she's got twins just like me. So her twins, Scarlett demanded that, or I don't know if she demanded, she asked Holden to trade scratch cards because she just had a feeling that Holden's were going to win and that hers weren't. So Holden just traded scratch cards with her. And then his one, like, which was Scarlett's, it won like $10,000 or something. She had traded with him. That would happen to me. I'm not a lucky gambler. I do not gamble. Because I work way too hard for my money to not win. When I was like in my 20s, I went to Vegas and I played blackjack and I gambled money I shouldn't have. And I lost. And that's the last time I really gambled. Sometimes when we have friends come to town and they want to go gamble, we will. But for the most part, we do not. And I don't even know how anymore. Like, I remember being in my 20s and you would go play the slots, and it was literally just like a grab the arm and pull down. And now they're so complicated. I don't even know if they make ones like that. And you could gamble and do like penny slots or nickel slots or dime slots. Actually, I don't even know if they had nickel. I don't even know if they have that anymore. But for me, I'd much rather go buy some fabric. Talk to Kai. He called you?
Yep.
Okay.
You want to know what you know? Hey, come on.
Nice. Congrats.
Guys.
Hopefully they were excited.
Oh, she's come on. How long is your
We're gonna group. We're gonna group and then we're done.
okay?
I thought this was gonna be super fast. But what? It's 1:30. I thought we would be done. I was like, oh, since we're not doing um all the batting and everything, it'll all be really fast. But we'll be done for the year or almost done. You might have to put some SF 101 and stuff. Okay, let's group and then we're going to organize. And when I say group, I'm going to put like things with like things so they'll be easy to grab and find. Oh, here's the two pieces that I did separately. Snowflake. Oh, did you bring brother's slipper down? The love of your life? She's wagging her tail. Oop, let's check the blade. It amazes me how sharp those are and that you can just touch your skin to it and cut yourself, right? So, Momo, you got to leave if you're going to make noise. Poppy doesn't make a lot of noise, but Momo just loves to talk. Did I do that backwards? Doesn't that look like, look. Okay, this is when you iron it backwards. Like I can still see the snowflake print, but barely. Right side, wrong side. It's okay. I'm just going to leave it. It's the new in thing. Ironing your fabric upside down. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do it that. That was me obviously not being super careful. Okay, and then I have these pieces up here. This is nothing. It's nonsense. And what I don't like doing is I don't like doing stuff I don't have to do. So that's why I didn't put SF 101 on back of all of these. It will probably call for it. We'll see. And now I'm going to group. So I like to grab my painter's tape, some pouches. Here's my pouches, painter's tape and pouches. I'm going to use these first because these are my favorite. These used to be what I used to love, but I love these most now. And I need a Sharpie. And I'm not going to put batting in right now. I'm going to add batting later. Here we go. I'm going to put this next to me over here. And let's go January. Background block, 2 of those. These are January. And remember for January, that is the one thing that I did have on my spreadsheet. Where's my spreadsheet? I don't know where it is, but the measurements are on there for the for January. Here it is. So 6x8 and 3 2x2. So you can go ahead and put those together. I'm not going to do that right now. I will add that later. So right now I'm just going to group the fabric. So this is January. And I'm just going to write January on here. And I'm going to put on here what I need to put for the blocks for the, because I'll come back to this later. But I need 2 6x8s and 3 2x2s. I'm going to put that on there and then I'll know. I don't have a ton of these because guess what? I have so many UFOs. So they're all being used. So I'm going to put 2 in each pouch. So we'll do January and February. Let's see if there's anything else for January. January. I'll pull January and February as I go. So I need these 2 for February, 3.5x2s. 2 of those. So this is February. I'll put February in the front. February, January filler block 2, 2.5x2.5. The green. And I need one. Oh, so it's a 3x3. 3x3. That looks like 3x3 to me. This is a good time. I like to have a ruler out so I can just drop it on here and go, okay, that looks right. So this is January, 3x3. I'm going to put it in here. Wait, did I have any more? Oh, I also have a February, 2 3.5x2s. Are these 3.5x2? This looks. Yep, 3.5x2s. Okay, 2 of them. Those are going to be February. Front pouch. January, February. February, I have 3.5x3s. Candy cane. Too big. 3.5x3. I need 2 of those. Okay. And that was February. So 2 of these in the front. We have 2 5.5x6. These 5.5x6. Oh yeah. 5.5x6. 2 of those. Those are for January. So mine are in the back. February, 2 8.5x8.5. Those are these. That's February. And I have a 3x3 of this. This looks like 3x3, doesn't it? No, this does. Where's my ruler? Yes, this is January. I know it's kind of complicated because we can't go to just the page. Normally we would look at the page. We would go like this. We would just go ornament block. Because you would have this and you could just go, okay, I need this fabric, and this fabric. And then we could pull those pieces. Since we don't have that, we have to go through this list, which makes it a little bit more complicated, but at least we can get it done. And I need a 3.5x3. Just 1 of those, and that's going to be for February. 3.5x3. Okay, front of the pouch. All right. So sorry, I know it's a little bit more complicated. This is perforated, so I need a 3x3 pink. It's called perforated. But we do this. You're like, wow, she's making quite a mess. Yeah, I know. 3.5x3. This looks like 3.5x3. Where'd my ruler go? Nope. This one. 3.5x3. Okay, what was that? I think that was January. So we have 3.5x3. Oh no, January's 3x3. This looks like 3x3. Yes. Okay, this is January. Back. And February's 3.5x3. This one was February, 3.5x3. That goes in the front. And there were 1 of each of those. And that's it. Okay, so we are done here. This is going to be January and February. And I put the measurements here for the batting that I'm going to add later. So this is February. All right. And I have to add all batting to that. I like to put little notes here, plus batting. And this one is done. Let's do the next. Okay, now we're doing March and April. April filler blocks, 6.5x2.5. That's the gray. 6.5x2.5. I need, 7x3 actually. 7x3. This looks like 7x3. 3, 7. Yep. So this is going to be March. I'm going to put March in the back. March and April in the front. That's April, June, July, March and April. Okay, here we go. 5x5. This looks like 5x5. Yep. So this is March. Goes in the back. And then April is 2 6.5 by 6.5. These are my Aprils. Background fabric. Okay, next page. April, 7x3. That's going to be a filler block. That again is April. So cute. And January, March. 2 6.5 by 8.5, and that's March right here. March, a 5x5. What's this? That looks like 5x5. Perfect. And that was March. March back. April front. And then I have April. I have a 2 4x4s and a 3x7. So 4x4s. This looks like 4x4. Yes, 2x4x4s and 1 3x7. This looks like 3x7. Oh, is this longer? Yeah, that's it. Okay, and both of those were April's. Front. March. Cinnamon Bear, 2 3.5x5s. That's these. And that's going to be March. Back. March. Red Tufted, a 5x5. That's March. And April, 2 4x4s, Royal Icing. Where are those? I don't even remember seeing that. Did I cut that? Honestly, I don't even remember cutting royal icing, so I'm going to have to come back to this. But that's 2 4x4s of royal icing. I actually have a piece that I threw down over here earlier. I'm going to grab that. This is royal icing, and I don't remember even cutting that. So I'm going to use this. I'll do that as soon as we end, so I don't forget that. And I will put SF101 on the back of that. May. Okay, we are on to, so this one right here is going to be March and April, March in the back, April in the front. And I do have to add, I'm going to put a note here that I'm going to add the royal icing. So this is March, back. What am I adding royal icing to? That's going to go to April. So this is March. You guys are hanging tough. I know some of you have left. It's been a long day. Here's April. And I have to add 2 4x4 royal icing. So I will finish that off. I won't make you guys sit through that. And let's put that to the side. Okay. May and June. Here we go. June, we have a whole bunch of June. So it looks like 2 by 4.5. I've got 2 of those. This looks like it. 2 by 4.5. 1, 2. And then I need 2 3x5s. 3x5, 3x5. All right. 3x5s. 2.5 by 4.5s, more of those. So here's 2 more. What do you think? Do you think those needed the SF 101? Kind of. All right. We'll just do it later. 2 more 3x5s. Yes. And that was all June. So I'm going to put May in the back, June in the front. May. I can't right now, but thank you.
I'll put it right there.
Okay. 3.5 by 3. That looks like this. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, 3.5 by 3. 3.5 by 3. That is May. Three and a half by 3. May 3.5 by 3. Red plaid. This looks like 3.5 by 3. Yep. And red plaid is May. Back. June. So we have a 3 by 4.5. Is this? Nope, that's way too big. That is 3.5. Oh no, 3.5 by 4.5. Yes. So we have this for June. We have a 2.5 by 3.5. 2.5 by 3. Yeah, 2.5 by 3. And that's it. So those are June. So they go in the front. May and June. Here's 2 Mays. We need this fabric right here. And the Mays are 3.5 by 3. 2 of those. These look like 3.5 by 3.5 by 3. Okay, these are both Mays, so they go in the back. And Junes, we have 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3s. June front. And 2.5 by 4 and 3.5 by 4. 2.5 by 4, 3.5 by 4.5. Yep. Okay, these 2 go to June. So these go in the front. Were those last? Yep. All of those go in the front. Okay. May filler block 3.5 by 3. This one goes in the May, so it goes in the back. May piece 3.5 by 3. May back. May filler block 3.5 by 3. Three and a half by 3. 3.5 by 3. 3.5. Nope. Oh, here's more. Ooh. May 3.5 by 3. Did I miscut? I don't know. Maybe I miscut. Because I am not seeing. Let's see what direction it goes to. 3, right here. 3.5 by 3. Well, he's kind of big and chunky. Could it be this? 3.5 by 3. No, that is 3.5 by 3.5. Maybe I miscut it. Yeah, I miscut it. So this is going to be my 3.5 by 3, but I have 3.5 by 3.5, and this is me. It's okay. Better bigger than not big enough. All right. And then we have 3.5 by 3. June's. We have all of these. So the last four pieces should all be June. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to assume I cut them perfectly or close enough. All right. And May and June. And then this last piece, 2 of these. And these are both May. Okay, halfway there. All right, May and June. Here we go. May and June. Now we're on July and August. July and August. 3 6.5 by 6.5. This is July. I'm gonna just put them here, and then I'll put them in the bags. So that was July, and then 3 of those. August is gonna have 2 3 by 7s. 3 by 7s. This is August. It's July, a 3 by 5. This looks like 3 by 5. Yep, that's July. August is a 10.5 by 8.5. It's this one right here. August. 2 Julys, 3 by 5 and 5 by 3 in the plaid. 3 by 5 and 5 by 3. That is July. August, 5 by 3. This is August. And that was it. We're done with those. I'm going to put these in the same pouch because I'm running out. So this is July, and then this will be August. And I'll be able to figure this out beforehand. All right, July and August. Four more months. Although I am going to finish up that other one, the royal icing where I missed that. I'm going to do that now. Okay, now we have September and October. October 3 by 13. There we go. This is October. October 3 by 11. Oh, shoot. This is October and this is October. He grabbed totally the wrong fabric. September 10.5 by 10.5. September goes up here. October 2 8.5 by 8.5. This is going to be October. October. Wait, I'm doing September and October. Okay, October. Is that it? Nope, here. Oh, gonna have to cut this too because I don't know where my Pippa is. I pulled that when we did the October block. So I'm gonna have to find that. I will just add that to the list for September. And then I do have this 6 3.5 by 3s. 6 of those. Or do I have them? Wrong fabric. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why do I only have 5? All right, so I have to find my 6th one of these. Is that the, I had two extra pieces? All right, we'll figure it out. So this is September, which goes up here. So I'm going to have to add a couple of things. I'm going to have to add one more. So September, 3.5 by 3, white with red dot. Hopefully I find it on the floor or something. And then I also need to add, I need 6 of those. I need 6 of the Pippa. So it looks like I just have to add things for September. Sorry about that. Oh, I think the tape was there to hold that together. Can I fit this in here? I can't. It's gonna have a little crease in it. That's September, and then this is October. Okay, and then we're gonna do November and December. We're semi-done, or I'm semi-done. This is November. Nope, October. Oh, look, there's a couple of you left. Hi, Lila. Hi, Miss Cheryl. Lori, you're working on something. There's Cindy. Cindy, you look comfy on the couch. Miss Penny and Wanda and Susan Johnson. And I don't know who PASSP is, but thank you for keeping me company. Okay, that's September, October. We're going to do November. Curtis. Of course, Mr. Curtis. Okay, November. November. Hopefully I'm not missing too much. November and December. And December might be borders. So really might just be November. So 2 of these, 8.5 by 8.5. November. What? That's it? Did I miss something? And December, it looks like it's just going to be the borders. Yes, thank you. Give us the whole month to get those done. For me, they're the dreaded borders. All right. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else for November. So I missed all of this. Where does all this go? This is where I have to track that down. You're going to be like, how could you miss that? You have a lot of fabric left. I know. I know. I think I'm hungry, so I can't think straight. All righty. All of these pieces go to, what are all of these? I have one of these left. And this is 3 by 5. So the only place there are 3 by 5s look like June. So maybe I just missed popping this in there. I'm going to put it in June. And then, how can I miss all of these? This looks like a 5 by 5. And that looks like that is March. And there's only one. Wait a minute here. Something fishy's going on. Maybe I don't know. I'm just going to put it in there. And then I think I double cut. right? Because I remember putting these in there. So April, yeah, they're right here. I obviously, there's already 2 in there. I obviously was talking and not thinking, and I double cut. Yeah. Okay, we'll just throw it in there, and then in case I make a mistake, I can be like, oh, look, there's extra. Yay! This one is May, and this one is April. Yes, I double cut all of these. But like I say, better more than not enough. This one's May. I'm going to put it in May. May and June. And then finally, I think that's it. So what I need to do is I need to fix this. I need to get 2 4x4 royal icings. And I'm going to do my batting for January, but I'm not going to make you sit through that because you have been sitting a long time. And then I apparently am missing a 3x5, a 3.5 by 3 white dot in my Pippa. So I will find that as well and put that in. And that is it. You guys did it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you are prepped and ready to go for mistletoe. And I appreciate your company and have a great day. And I will talk to you later. See you at the store tomorrow. Bye, Miss Cindy. Wave in there. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.